My name is Rory Houlihan. I ran for U.S. Senate last spring, 2016, to stop the ticking time bombs so I could put our economy on a track for a bright new day instead of all things ending. Well, I lost the election, not running, but the ticking time bombs are still here, if not more so. Let me educate you on the ticking time bombs and give you the rest of the story. Part 21F Trump's President Trump's first 100 days, the wrap up. 10. Did you know there is a conservative group that makes politicians sign a contract that they will never raise any taxes? So, what happens when you hire folks who can never raise and only cut taxes? They end up defunding our government's direct investments. Why voting for Republican conservatives is really shooting ourselves in the foot. Also, why I'm a Democrat. I know that this is what happens. We don't get the new roads or bridges. Our public education system becomes less and less effective in educating our kids. Our public water and waste systems start to fail, and our children get sick like lead poisoning in Michigan. And by the way, we run ever larger deficits and debt to do those necessary investments. Like when hurricane hits New Orleans or New Jersey. The ever larger debt payments then takes from future budgets the needed funds to do those future investments. So our infrastructure spirals into decline. And when our infrastructure spirals into decline, so does the economy, contributing factor to an unstable boom-bust business cycle. 11. Is our debt ceiling currently $20 trillion? What is the amount that we have to pay before we can spend a dime on current needs? Go to us.gov and find out. It's eye-opening. Did you realize that if Mitch McConnell didn't extend the Bush tax cuts in 2010, Obama would have had a balanced budget for the last 2 years? What would the new top-end shrink be estimated at with the additional Trump wealthy wish tax list cuts? Well, those are estimated to be $7 trillion over 10 years, or $700 billion per year alone from his wish list. So let's see what investments need to be lost in order to do Trump's tax cuts to the wealthy and keep the budget deficit neutral. Well, the Defense Department budget, the DOD, is $480 billion. Here goes our Army. That's 700 minus 480. That still leaves $280 billion. Well, the VA's budget is $180 billion. That leaves $100 billion left. Oh, I forgot. Trump No Care AHCA takes $192 billion in health care from older Trump supporters and poorer folks. So the VA is saved some until the next Trump bill. Could Trump believe that if you love me, kill yourself? Understand, to defund is to destroy. To cut taxes time and again is nothing but a plan to slowly destroy our government and ourselves. Hiring conservative Republicans, politicians, does that. Number 12. Now, get this. We give huge tax cuts to the very wealthy who don't pay their fair share of our government costs, which they benefit from, causing our government to go ever more and more into debt, which they and foreign governments like Saudi Arabia and China buy with that cash. We pay ever more and more interest on this debt, which defunds more and more of our government's future investments. But they take and make more and more money, all the while weakening our government and enslaving us. Would that be something that Saudi Arabia, who stands for Al Qaeda, or China, would want to do to us? The road to the revolving door destruction of our country. To taxes to invest. To invest is to grow our country. To defund is to destroy our country. Could the Alcon's plan be to make weak, to control our country and ourselves? Would a weak government be more easily corrupted and controlled? Would a weak and government-dependent people be more easily controlled? Could Trump's goal be to defund, to destroy our country and our people? Actions speak louder than words. That is just one more reason why I see the Trump administration's threat to our country, security, growing daily, exponentially. Trump is becoming the best president so far that Russian money can buy. Candidate Trump, okay, wrapping up, candidate Trump promised doing a lot of very good things. Based on what he promised, I don't blame folks for falling for or voting for him. They heard what George Norris said years ago. I highly recommend you read George Norris's book, The Fighting Liberal. George Norris was truly a different type of Republican than today's conservatives. You can find George Norris's book on Amazon, at Barnes & Noble, or Books A Million's website, and maybe at your public library. Now, but President Trump believes that it is the sizzle and not the steak that's important. Trump and Ivanka have said so several times. It is in his book, What the Art of One. He tweets, his tweets are deflections from what he is actually signing. Some of his executive orders are nothing but red meat to bait folks on, and some are Heritage Foundation giveaways. His cabinet appointments, like Rex Tillerson and Scott Pruitt, as I pointed out, are ticking time bombs to our country. Quite honestly, if Trump thinks we will always fall for his sizzle so that he and his buds can take the steak, we are in for a long 4 years. As candidate Trump put it, I can go down to Fifth Avenue and shoot someone, and they will still follow me. That means we are, in Trump's eyes, just dumb hicks. Well, from the rooster crowing in the background, I have a small farm, and I am a hick. My wife is a hick. But we are not dumb hicks. And I bet neither are you. And your actions, Donald, does speak louder than your words. Pay attention to what the Donald signs. That is the only true thing that President Donald does. If you want to know more about Donald Trump's 100 days, here's a link to a video post. It's a good one. And you have a good and blessed day. Bye.